You look around and feel it in your bones. Something is wrong. You see men collapsing under despair. You see people surrendering. You see violence, numbness, rage as the echo of inner death. They want you to believe nothing matters, that life is rigged, that your voice is moot. But what if I told you that black pill, that doctrine of defeat, is the real lie, and believing it slowly kills you more than any system ever could? Stay with me, because this isn't just a rant, it's a map, how you rot and how you resurrect. The black pill is nihilism dressed in pseudo-truth. It says, everything is fixed, you lost before you began. It takes real injustices, inequality, bias, unfair dating dynamics, and converts them to verdicts, not problems. It demands, do not act, do not hope, do not try. It's the corpse that wears the face of wisdom. This isn't awakening, it's capitulation. It fetishizes suffering. It sanctifies despair. Now let's dive into why the black pill psychologically cracks you. 1. Cognitive distortions and tunnel vision. When you believe you're doomed, your brain rewires itself. You filter only negative evidence. Everything good is exception. Everything bad is proof. You start catastrophizing. This failure equals end of me. You internalize adversity. Every rejection is personal, total, final. Depression therapy calls these cognitive distortions. In social media studies, depressed voices lean heavily into personalization, emotional reasoning, overgeneralization. The black pill exploits your brain's weakness for pattern. It forces your eyes to see only walls, not doors. 2. Identity erosion and self-annihilation. Despair becomes your identity. You begin telling yourself, I'm defective, I'm unworthy, I'm broken beyond repair. You lose your possible self, the version you might become. You start dying in increments. Kierkegaard wrote of despair, a state where the self is out of balance, failing in relation to what it is and what it could be. Despair isn't just sadness, it's a misrelation to existence itself. 3. The social poison. The black pill isolates you psychologically. You withdraw. You don't share. You don't trust others. You frame relationships as threats. They'll betray me too. The result? Loneliness, alienation, echo chambers of bitterness. As nihilism rises in culture, psychologists warn it plays havoc with mental health. People begin losing their moral compass. Hatred replaces sorrow. Violence replaces despair. How it physically and biologically destroys you. 1. Chronic stress and inflammation. Your body doesn't differentiate mental stress from physical threat. The black pill triggers chronic cortisol surges, systemic inflammation, oxidative stress. You age faster. You ferment in disease. 2. Sleep, appetite, energy, all fallen. You stop caring. Sleep becomes erratic or escapes you entirely. Food becomes either a comfort, junk, or disappears, anorexia. Muscle, strength, stamina, all decay. You breathe lethargy. Your organs, your brain, your heart, all feel the weight. 3. Neural atrophy and brain fog. Long stretches of helplessness shrink hippocampus volume. You lose memory. You lose neuroplasticity. Executive function, decision, planning, aspiration, all get blunted. 4. Hormonal imbalance. Testosterone, dopamine, endorphins, everything linked to drive, motivation, pleasure, plummets. Your reward circuits become dysregulated. You seek cheap dopamine. You numb out. When a man feels cornered, deprived, unjustly treated, and also believes no path out exists, resentment grows. That resentment, combined with isolation and ideological radicalization, becomes combustible. The black pill tells him the system is evil, the world is corrupt, they are to blame. It offers a justification for violence. Many perpetrators of mass violence or extremist acts emerge from precisely that blend: grievance plus hopelessness plus fanatical identity. The path from despair to brutality is rarely a straight line, but the black pill lays the road. Nietzsche saw nihilism not as diagnosis but as crisis. He wrote, "Nihilism is a terrible psychological problem, a coping mechanism with deadly consequences. The abyss stares back." He urged us, create value, overcome. The world lacks inherent meaning, but meaning is our project. Kierkegaard in The Sickness Unto Death argues, despair is when the self refuses its freedom. He says, you are always choosing. Even your refusal is a choice. To live authentically is to stand in that tension and choose meaning. Lev Shestov saw despair as the penultimate word, the stage just before something new emerges. His idea: when you exhaust every human claim, you might reach faith or authentic becoming, but only if you refuse to freeze in despair. Some existential thinkers argue meaning isn't given, it's willed. You conjure it through choices, revolt, creativity. The black pill rejects that leap. I want you to imagine training martial arts, not just fighting, as medicine, because in many ways, it is. In a meta-analysis, martial arts showed positive effects on well-being, small to moderate, and medium effects reducing internalizing issues like anxiety and depression. Studies show reductions in depression, anxiety, better self-esteem. Taekwondo was shown to improve cognitive response inhibition and reduce depressive symptoms in students. So the data supports. Martial arts isn't just physical, it's psychophysical rehab. Discipline and structure, routines, progression, belts, fight the chaos in your mind. Embodied mastery. You feel control over your body. You reconnect. Flow states and presence. Skill plus challenge equals full immersion. You escape the mental spiral. Stress release. Hitting pads, grappling, breathing, you drain the poison. Brotherhood and discipline, community, mutual respect, accountability. Resilience training. You learn to fall, get up, endure. Philosophy and ritual. Many arts carry ethics, humility, courage, respect. One recent study of combat martial arts among students found that positive emotion, stress relief, and resilience mediated increased well-being. Also, in adolescent at-risk populations, martial arts improved executive function, aggression, self-esteem, even with hormonal correlates. So martial arts is a weaponization of yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally. When the black pill whispers, "You're weak, doomed, meaningless," you roar back, "I feel something anyway. So I'll feel alive, because Conor McGregor's words ring true. At the end of the day, you gotta feel some type of way. So why not feel unbeatable? Why not feel untouchable? You can't stop the feeling, but you decide its source. You decide its shape. You turn it into power. So how do you reforge yourself? 1. Purge the poison. Drastically reduce exposure to toxic content, despair forums, doom spirals. Curate your media diet. Take real breaks. Silence the voices that demand you stay dead. 2. Train the body as temple plus weapon. Martial arts, boxing, BJJ, judo, Muay Thai, whatever calls you. Strength, conditioning, mobility. Sleep, recovery, nutrition. Treat your body with respect. 3. Sharpen the mind. Read philosophy, literature, psychology. Write daily, wrestle your thoughts. Question beliefs, Who wants you to believe X? Y. Meditate, reflect, silence the noise. Fourth master. Skill, not image. Learn something real the world values. Build competence, build results. Let your success speak. Don't beg for respect. 5. Forge brotherhood and allies. Seek men who grind, who bleed, who care. Train together. Hold each other accountable. Belong to something greater than your ego. 6. Define and live a mission. Not get the girl or beat them. Something noble, something brave, something that outlasts you. Let adversity sculpt that mission, not erase it. 7. Act always. Even when despair looms. Participate in life. Risk, fail, rise. Your life becomes art, built moment by moment. The black pill offers a grave. It wants to dig the coffin while you watch. But here's your truth. You were never meant to walk softly. You were never meant to fade. Your heart still beats. Your lungs still fight. Your bones still remember strength. So carry fire. Build muscle. Rule your mind. Be ruthless with despair. Live like a beast, not a ghost. You either win or you die trying. But surrender? That option's for the dead. So rise, even when nothing tells you to, especially then, because no one is going to hand you meaning. You make it. You bleed for it. You own it.